I said I'd wait till the SLAR meeting, and then I'd decide after that. That's when you meet with the other teachers. Okay, so here we go. All right, factorize. Now, what factorize means is put into brackets. Okay, so here's what we have. Two numbers. Awesome. Two numbers when you multiply give you minus 20, but when you add give you plus 1. Were many is how to do this one? Really? Okay, that's unfortunate. You multiply the first number by the last number and you get. And what two numbers? What about minus 1 and 20? No. 1 and minus 20? No, we have to make 1 in the middle. What about 5 and minus 4? 5 minus 4 work? Now, you could go direct into the answer because this is an easy one. If it has a 1 at the front, you can go direct from here to here. But most of you guys decide to use the same method for everything, don't you? So what's the same method? X squared plus 5x minus 20, yeah. And then what you get in the first one? X into x plus 5 minus 4 into x plus 5. And then what's our answer going to be? It's actually the same thing, but the opposite way around, isn't it? What answer would I get then? I'd get the, yeah, same answer though, isn't it? Who got that out yesterday, that you're able to factorize it? Okay, only our top half, so to speak. So, all right. Oh, you got, yeah, good man, right. All right, now let's, what you know about this answer and this part here? What you know about these two parts? They're the same, aren't they? So what we can do is we can put our last answer equal to 0. So also what we're going to do is this green part here is this part here, isn't it? So what we're going to do, drag it up, put it equal to 0. How'd you solve this then, lads? What you do? X minus 4 equals 0, x equals 4, and then x plus 5 equals 0. Is that okay with you guys? Who got that far? Okay, so we all can do question 1. Happy days, all right? Now, it obviously gets harder, doesn't it? Whoa, look at this, all right? Now, I have 2 ideas for this one. The first idea is don't do anything fancy and just do the minus b formula. Everyone else do the minus b formula? A equals what? B? No, minus b is minus 9 over 11. And C? Have you done the minus b formula before? So, although it looks like a crazy question, it's a question you actually had the ability to do. Okay? What are you saying? 1 over 11 x squared, yeah. So it means the A number is 1 over 11. Anybody do it this way yesterday? Hey guys, what do we get for B minus B? What do we get for minus B? Anybody? Yeah. Plus or minus, what's next? Yeah. I say the hardest part is probably entering it into the calculator, is it? And then C, all over. 2 times 1 over 11. Ouch, all right. So that is tricky. There's going to be a lot of fraction button pressing, isn't there? I have no idea what I'm doing there. There we go. Okay, so let's look at this. Press the fraction button to begin. Press the fraction button again. Type this out with me because you need practice. We're going to start off with the plus answer, not the minus. Is that okay? Then I'm going to do square root, open bracket, 9 over 11. Okay. Okay. I got answer 2. My second answer will be minus 11. Did anybody do that? The other method is this. You could have got a common denominator. You're allowed to multiply both sides by anything you want. So, for example, if everybody just looks up for a second, you see 7 minus, see the way 7 minus 2 is 5? Everybody see that? Everybody see the way 7 minus 2 is 5? What happens if I multiply both sides by 11, as an example? What happens if I multiply both sides by 11? 77 minus equals. Do you see the way I'm allowed to multiply both sides by any number I want, and it maintains the balance? What could I do with this equation? I could have multiplied both sides by 11. And what would have happened? What happens when you multiply 1 over 11 by 11? Turns into 1. What happens when you multiply 9 over 11 by 11? Turns into 9. What happens when you multiply minus 2 by 11? Yeah, you could have done it that way. And that way you'd have a common denominator. But the minus b formula is safe enough, isn't it? Yes. I bring it up to me. Okay, let's keep going. All right, guys. What's a good indication that I have to use the minus b formula for this one? What's the hint that I have to use the minus b formula for this? Huh? The fact that it says 2 decimal places means more than likely I have to use the minus b formula. What else would you try to factorize it, but none of the factors would work, would they? What's the factors of minus 3? Just 1 and plus 3 and 3 and... Yeah, you have a choice between minus 2 or plus 2, and neither one of them are 5, are they? So that's no good to us. All right. So what's the a value this time? What's the a value this time, Eric? B value? Minus b value? C value? Put them in. Much easier than the last one, isn't it? Okay. All right, lads, what you guys the answer for this one? .54 and minus 5.54. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Okay. Now we've definitely done these before. You guys were pretty amazing at these ones as well. And now, first question I'm going to ask you is, okay, how'd you do this? What's in common? What's left over? Yeah, how many of you's got that one? Oh, okay. What happened, Jesse? You not get that one? All right. Now, does everybody see that the answer of part 1 is also part of part 2? So we get x times x minus 7, don't we? How do you finish a question like this? No, close. It's both numbers are responsible for causing it to be equal to 0. So either the x is equal to 0 or the x minus 7 is equal to 0. Has to be one of them. So that's what you do. Yeah. We all on board? Good. Okay. Let's keep going. This is pretty good revision. Okay. Any questions? Right. Now, what do you reckon about this one? What's the key words we're looking at here? Surd form means we can do the minus b straight away. It means don't press the change button. Just keep it as a surd. What's our A value? Half. Kyle, B value? Minus B value? C value? Type into your calculator now. See the way I'm sort of editing my last one. I don't feel like doing it again, so just like 3. What? Shh. What? Is A is a half and C is also a half. All right. Who got an answer of minus 3 plus 2 root 2? And you have to leave it like that, don't you? So that's surds. And did anybody get minus 3 minus 2 root 2? That's the second answer. Yo. All right. Next one. All right. Okay. The length. Shh. All right. Lads, the width of a triangle is x. What's its length? Is it 3x? Sorry, thank you. Is it 3x or x plus 3? Who thinks it's x plus 3? Let's have a vote. 3 meters longer is add on 3. 3 times bigger is multiplied by 3. Does it say times or 3 more? So it's x plus 3. Okay, so what's the answer to part 1? Lads, the answer to part 1 is simply x plus 3. Okay, how'd you get the area of a rectangle? What you do? So what do I do there? X times, multiply it out. Who got x squared plus 3x? Anybody get that far? Thank you. Sorry, guys. It's 3 meters more than twice its width. I got that wrong. Thank you for that. Good man. Good save. So twice its width. Twice its width is 2 times x. And then 3 more than that is 2x plus 3. Sorry, I read that completely wrong. Thank you for that. Thanks for the save, Kai. Everybody cool with that? Now, guys, we're going to do the same thing again. Length by width. And what's it? X times 2x plus 3. And what do we get? 2x squared plus. And that's the area, isn't it? Now, in part 3, what does it tell us the area is? So what can we say then? That all of this has to equal 27. You can do the minus b form if you want, but you can also do factorizing. 2 times 27 minus 54. 2 numbers that differ by 3. 9 and minus 6. You can do the minus b formula if you want, or you could do the factorizing method. Your choice. I say a lot of you might feel comfortable with the minus b formula now anyway. All right, guys. What do we know about lengths? Lengths cannot be what? Negative or positive? Lengths cannot be negative. So what's going to happen here is there's 2 answers. There's x minus 3 equals 0, and that'll be the answer of x equals 3. What's the other answer? Yeah, and it can't be negative, can it? No. Did anybody get that far? Just call. All right. Minus 4.5. 2x plus 9. So remember what we said. Can't be minus 4.5. Two numbers are responsible for making it equal to 0. So one answer is not allowed. Minus 4.5 is not allowed. So the answer we're going to use is 3. Okay. Now, guys, I haven't answered the question properly, though. Look at this. Lads, reread the question. Reread the question. It wants the length and the width. I go back to the top. The width is 3. X is 3. Keep looking. 2 times the width. What's 2 times the width? 2 times 3? 6. 6 plus 9? Oh, sorry. 6 plus 3, I mean. 9. So the width is 3 and the length is 9. Okay. Let's keep going. This question is where, does anybody remember doing this type of question? They give you the answer and you work backwards. Remember, this is the last thing we did before the end of the year. We would have done this on the Thursday. So x equals 1 and what you do then? X equals 1. Oh, sorry, yeah, I got it wrong there. The one. X minus 1 equals 0, yeah. X plus 2 equals 0, yeah. X minus 1 and then you multiply it out. Did anybody get this one out? All right. So I believe we're having problems recognizing the questions, is it? We've done them before, but we just didn't remember them because of the 2 weeks. All right. So what do we get then? X squared plus, what do you think? 1x minus 2. All right with you guys? Yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. So guys, we multiplied the 10 by the minus 2 to get minus 20. We got the factors of minus 20 and it turned out to be minus 4 and plus 5. You have a question for me? It'd be minus 1. It was the opposite way around. You want it to be plus 1. All right, guys, look at this. What doesn't matter, however, is what you do in the middle. I did 5x and 4x, but somebody else could do it the opposite way around, couldn't they? And you get the same answer. Is that correct? Grant. Now, what we're going to do next, lads, is take out what divides into 10 and 5? 5. What letter? What's left over? Plus 1. We know the next bracket has to be the same. And what goes here? And your answer? And yeah. Okay. Now, lads, that's the answer to part 1 done, isn't it? Can I use the answer of part 1 to do part 2? How do I know that? What word? Hence. So I get my answer of part 1 and I put it equal to. Then what do we have then? 5x minus 2 equals 0. 5x equals x equals. Anybody got that out last night? These are the ones we're hoping you put away reasonably easy. Happy enough? Okay. Shh. So lads, we're going to skip the minus b formula because we all believe we know how to do it, do we? Shh. Lads, look. A is 2, B is minus 1, C is minus 12. Do the minus b formula, put it to 2 decimal places. We've done about 2 or 3 minus b formulas already today. Don't need to do another one. Here's a question that's different. Okay, guys. Hey, listen, lads. The height of the rocket, Eric. So the height of the rocket is given by 54 multiplied by the time, take away the time squared. What do I sub into here for the first question? What do I need to sub in? 3. 3 seconds. Sub in 3. Anybody got an answer for this one? What? No. Minus 117. No. Yeah, it might be. 3 seconds in, it's 153 meters in the air. Is that okay with you guys? Who got that one now? Anybody? Josh? Okay. What about the next one? What was the height of the rocket when launched? When your rocket is launched, what's the time? 0. What do you think you're going to do with your equation? What's equal to 0? Not the question. The time is equal to 0. So put 0 in here, and what happens? What's the height of the rocket? 0 when you put that into the calculator. You okay with that? So the rocket goes up into the air. The rocket goes up into the air, and apparently it comes back down again. Okay. How long will it take the rocket to return to the ground? All right, this is an interesting question. The formula is your height is given by 54 multiplied by t, take away t squared. Lads, you listening? We all listening? Okay. What I'm going to ask you next is the following. What is the height when it returns back to ground? What has to be the height? Huh? 0. 0 has to be the height. Here is your equation right here. Does anybody know how to solve this type of equation? What's wrong? The equal to 0 is usually on the right, not on the left. Any way of fixing that? What you do? What happens? T squared minus 54t equals. Then what? What can I take out of it? What's left over? Okay. There's two answers. We knew one of them already. Your rocket starts at 0. Its height is 0 when the time is 0. What about the other answer? What's the other answer? T minus 54 equals 0. And then what's the answer? T equals 54. You okay with that? Right. Now, you see this question here? It's the difference of two squares. How do I know that? Yeah, so it's 5x plus 9 and... Yeah, and then you can take that into part 2 then, can't you? 4, 5, and 6, yeah. Do you remember what you're doing now? More or less. And this is